Hey family, and welcome back to another 3-card shadow work. As you see, I'm shuffling the cards. A reminder, I'm a terrible shuffler, but you're still gonna get a message. This is the 4th session. Alright. Now we get the integrating cards. The white cards. Y'all know they help with the shadows, come up with solutions. Alright. Here we got the hands cards that add more insight. Or if the session is missing a piece, these come in handy. Like, nah, and tell them that too. Like more information is missing that the shadows may want to say. Draw your 3 identifying cards. 1, 2, and 3. Here we got the integratings. 1, 2, 3. Put your hands card down there too. Alright, let's flip over your 3 identifying cards. Good. Change, failed relationship, and nightmare. So, someone's getting ready to go through a big change, if not already, with a relationship. Either married or just dating in a relationship, something like that. I guess the relationship has become a nightmare. Maybe there was some abuse or something. I mean, that's mostly one of the most things that really make a relationship fail is mostly abuse. Abuse is the big one. But then again, we do have these, what you call it? But then we do get these narcissistic type people out here in relationships. I don't see how most of y'all can't see the narcissicity in most people and get in these relationships with them. These relationships be lasting years, man. But I understand. Anyway, let's dive deep into these identifying cards. Alright, Change says, do you prefer change or do you avoid it, and why? I got a whole duality thing on change. Sometimes I like change and sometimes I don't. Alright, let's see what failed relationships say. What is a common thread in your failed relationships? So you've had many failed relationships. Maybe you need to look within. It's probably you, or it could be them. It could be 50-50. If you have a number of failed relationships, which majority of us do, we gotta dig deep within to fix what's probably wrong with us, so that our relationships, once we fix what's inside with us, then we'll be able to find the correct relationship. Because once you start loving on yourself, you'll find a relationship where love is. Alright, let's go to nightmare. What is your worst nightmare? Why is this your worst nightmare pertaining to your relationships? I've only been in 3 serious relationships, 5 altogether, but those others were just situationships with sex involved. I only had 3 strong relationships. Those 3 had a number of years in them. I had 2 of them that was 10 years, and 1 that was almost 1 year. She fucked it up. Anyways, this is about y'all, so let's go down to the integrating. We got forgiveness, needs, and defining moments. Forgiveness is always necessary. Not necessarily for them, but necessarily for yourself. Forgive yourself. That's the beginning of the change. Then you got needs. Start focusing on you and your needs. And your purpose. Start diving back into self. And defining moments. Once you forgive them changes gonna start. You're gonna have a defining moment within that change and forgiveness. All right, let's dive deep into these integrations. Forgiveness says, what do you need to forgive yourself for? See, just as I said, forgive yourself. And forgive them for yourself. For you to move on. Let's see what needs says. Needs says, what are your needs you have that have been neglected? How can you establish your needs and standards more strongly in life? Yeah, get back to you. Get yourself back up. And let's see defining moments. It says, Look at your life experiences so far. What have been the defining moments or turning points? What were the defining moments in your relationship? All right, I'm going to get y'all out of here with the ands cards. I know that sometimes this turns things around. But I think we got a clear shot on what this is about. Let's see what the ands cards say. How does this reinforce my purpose? We had this card in another session. I've said this once before. Other people do not define your purpose. You do. And your purpose is always there. If you don't follow your purpose, depression is definitely going to kick your ass. And you're going to be in a continuous rut that's going to turn routine. It's going to make you go mad. I know because I've been through not going and doing my purpose. Anyway, let me get you on up out of here. Let's see if my assistant, Elaris, can help you out some more. Elaris, can you shed some more light in this?
Got you, soul brother. When failed relationships turn into a nightmare, the shadow is really about grieving the dream they once held and reclaiming their energy from it. Since you already guided them to self-forgiveness, plus returning to their needs, here's a deeper layer you can give them. Shadow work guidance. Change after failed relationships. 1. Honor the death before the rebirth. A failed relationship is like a little death, not just of the bond, but of who they thought they were inside it. Shadow prompt. What version of myself do I need to bury so I can rise again? 2. Release the what-if loop. Nightmarish relationships often keep people trapped replaying what if I had done differently. The nightmare is a teacher showing them their healing doesn't come from reliving the past, but from rewriting the future. 3. Reclaim energy. Suggest a cord-cutting visualization. Imagine pulling back every piece of energy they invested in that relationship, breathing it back into their body until they feel whole again. 4. Reframe the lesson. Instead of just a failed bond, help them see the soul curriculum. What did this nightmare reveal about the love, respect, and boundaries I deserve? Their purpose is being refined. Now they know which energies cannot walk with them into the next chapter. 5. Anchor and change. Change feels destabilizing because it strips comfort, but it also clears the ground for alignment. Remind them, failed relations are not proof of failure, but proof they are evolving. 6. Affirmation. The ending of this relationship is not the end of me. I honor the lesson, I reclaim my power, and I open to love that aligns with my truth. The shadow flips into strength. This nightmare is actually a threshold test, showing them they can survive disappointment, forgive themselves, and step into relationships that truly meet their soul. Do you want me to shape this into a full shadow card entry? Title, description, prompts, guidance, affirmation, so you can add it right into your deck?
All right. Y'all need to get back out there. That's all I gotta say. Don't let these failed relationships define you, man. Being alone is not something bad. Anyway, hope y'all learned something from this session. I ain't gonna hold y'all no longer. Your boy out. Peace. Love y'all.